Good afternoon, everybody. This is VBN Live, and on today's episode, we are going to break down 7 habits that keep people poor, no matter how hard they work. Now, just a disclaimer is staying poor is not about how much you earn, but it's about how you look at money. It's about how you think about money, and it's about the choices that you make with the money that you have. Because these little small patterns that transform into habits is what makes the gap between those who make wealth and maintain it and those who stay poor. Okay, so today we're going to break down 7 habits that make or rather keep people poor without realizing, and also no matter how hard they work. Number one is spending to reward yourself after hard work. Now, ever gotten into a notion whereby you think to yourself that you deserve it, that you've earned it, and so you have to spend it to yourself, to give thanks to yourself? That's a killer motivation because it kind of puts you into an automatic reward system. It kind of rewires your brain to always have a reward after your hard work. But this negates the aspect of plowing back profits. It negates the aspect of making, or rather using whatever you've made to make growth or to leverage on growth. Number two is ignoring where actually your money goes. Have you ever gotten yourself into a subscription, monthly subscription, or send money via your mobile money and transaction costs, or little subtle utility bills that you pay every month? Now, this could be a potential killer because ignoring where the small coins go is sometimes what keeps people in the cycle. They don't realize how much they are losing to begin with. Number three is saying yes to every financial request that you get. Now, friends and family form a very integral part in our lives today. But we cannot say yes to every financial need. We cannot rescue them all the time in their financial situations, because this would necessitate us to be rescued from our own financial situation. Now, you need to always make clear what your goals are with your friends and families so that they can respect every coin that is in your pocket. That way, it gives you leverage, it gives you opportunity cost, it gives you that restraint to develop whatever you have so that you can stand a better position in helping them when the right time comes. Number four is focusing on only making but not growing. Okay, so we've been ever found yourself in a situation whereby you make and it's gone, you make and it's gone? That is focusing on only making money. But we need to shift, we need to turn the tables and be and have a mindset of making and growing, making and plowing back. So focusing on that could actually lead to growth. That could insinuate better growth potentials. Number five is avoiding the boring financial planning. I normally tell my audiences that budgeting is like going to the dentist. It's not popular, but it's important that we do so. So avoiding this budgeting or planning could actually lead us to not know where our coins are going. Could actually lead us to think to ourselves that we do not need to plan or budget. Okay, so we need to have every coin that we have under our control, and one way to do that is to budget our finances. Number six is holding on to expensive habits. Ever thought to yourself that you deserve a certain brand of items? Could be driving a certain brand of car or using a certain brand of electronic. The problem with this is it kind of makes us think that we are acclimatized to this brand. It kind of makes us think that this is the actual person that we are. But the challenge that comes with this is we are not just fighting a habit, but we are trying to challenge who we think we are. And lastly, number 7 is believing that hard work alone is enough. The problem with this is there's a lot of avenues out there on making money. And sometimes just believing that doing it through hard work is all that matters, that is where we lose it. There's a lot of silent, passive income streams that we can be able to create on our own without necessarily working hard. So in these 7 ways that certainly make, or rather keep people poor without realizing, what are some of the ways that you find yourself in a constant cycle? Now comment on the chat box below. Let me know what are some of the ways that you find yourself doing that could potentially make you not hit your goal, or rather make you run in this constant cycle. Okay. One strategy that we need to understand is we need to shift our focus on how we think about money. We need to shift our mentalities on how we think about money. And in the long run, we end up becoming intentional about every coin. Now, this has been your host, Vincent. This has been your show, VBN Live. And I look forward to creating a more impactful society where people are more intentional about what they have and liking what they have before they can have what they like. Until then, do take care, have a lovely afternoon, and see you soon.